Hello, hello, hello. How is all of you? How is everyone doing? How are you? I'm good. My ankle is healing from my old man mistake. It's good. I'm happy about that. Hello, sexy. I can't really do that thing that you do. Wait, is that you? I don't know if that's you. It's not you. I know it's not you. I know who it is. Do I? I think I do know who it is, but hello, sexy. How you doing, Rad? How is your afternoon going? I hope you and Alicia are doing amazing. I wish much love and lewds for you in this trying time. Congrats on Alicia for... Did she graduate? Or just ace a test or something? Just chilling. Nice. Alright, well, I'm gonna be chilling also, but with book. Chilling with book. Let's get to it, babies. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I read something about that on Twitter. Congrats to her. That's awesome. So she's now like a super hot, greasy mechanic. Yes. All right, putting that away for later. No, that's awesome though. That's super cool. Something, something. I'd let her work on my machine any day. You know how a hog is like, it's a pig, but a hog is also a motorcycle, but it's also a penis? See? You get me. Alright. Before I say something I'm gonna regret. That's a joke, I would never regret it. Let's actually move on to DestinyQuest. Last time... Is the music too loud? Maybe the music's too loud. Beep boop. Beep boop beep. Last time we... What did we do? We helped out a cool tree. It's fine. I know. Last time we helped out a cool tree. Like, there was a tree and it was being corrupted by goop and there were worms and it was gross. So now we have found a giant ooze. Giant ooze. So we're starting at 481. You ready yourself for combat as the ooze. Ooze. Slithers. Ooh, I like the word slithers. Slithers is a good word. Slithers into the cave. Clearly, the creature has some sentient intelligence, as the moment it comes close to you, it suddenly spreads out. It's spreading its oozy legs, I guess, forming a slimy net to swallow you up. This ooze could prove to be deadlier than it first appeared. Oh no. Ah, it's a wimpy ooze. Look at that. Only speed 6. Okay, it's got armor 6. That's a bit of a problem. What? Okay, maybe this is going to be trickier than I thought. Alright, so the ooze has 40 health. It starts with 39 because of first cut. It has 6 speed, whereas I have 9 speed. It has 6 brawn, whereas I have 7 brawn. And it has 6 armor, where I have no armor. This is going to be a problem. I will tell you, it is going to be a problem. Alright, let me just quickly look up what all my keywords do, because I always forget about my keywords. Corruption is important. If your damage score causes health damage to your opponent, you can inflict corruption on them, reducing either their brawn or magic by 2 points for the remainder of the combat. Sweet. So we'll do that for sure. Pound. I prefer euros myself, but okay. Pound. Where are you at? A mighty blow that increases your damage score by 3. However, in the next combat round, you must lower your speed by 1. This ability can only be used once per combat. Yeah, that's alright. That's a good one to have. First cut, I already know. It means they start with 39. Thorns, I think, damages them every turn. At the end of every combat round, you automatically inflict 1 damage to all of your opponents. This ability ignores armor, so that's great. And then bleed is also a thing. Where are we at with bleed? If your damage dice damage score causes health damage to your opponent, they continue to take a further point of damage at the end of each combat round. Sweet. Alright. Charm, I can change a die result by rolling it again. And Trickster, you may swap one of your opponent's speed die for your own. You can only use Trickster once per combat. That's sure. That's fine. Okay. Let's do it. But they have Glutinous Maximus. Gross. Every time you win a combat round, you are reduced to using 1 speed dice for the next round of combat, while you pull your weapons free from the slime. You can't use abilities to avoid this. That's bad. My whole character is based on winning speed rolls, so that is very bad. I am not happy about that at all. But there's only one way to start, so we're gonna start. I roll speed, I roll 7, they roll 10. However, 10 plus 6 is 16. 9 plus 7 is also 16, so nothing technically happens. However, thorns! Right? I don't have to do damage for thorns, it just happens. I just read it. What the hell? Yep, I automatically inflict 1 damage. Suck it, nerd. Help. There we go. 38. And I didn't win. So, good. Yes. Alright, I rolled a 9. They rolled a 7, so I do win this time. So I roll for damage. Should I just use pound? I think I'm just going to use pound. Might as well do it now. So I add 3 to my thing. Increases your damage score by 3. Yes. Sweet. Sweet. I roll 1. I rolled a 4, so that's 4 plus 3 is 7, plus brawn 7 is 14. 14 damage, minus 6 armor is 8. So they go to 30. Is that correct? 14 minus 6 is 8. Yes. They go to 30, and then at the end of the turn, because I've damaged them, their brawn is now 4, and they take 1 extra damage at the end of the turn, so they go to 28. We are kicking this ooze's butt. However, now I can only use 1 speed die, which is annoying. So I roll 3. Ooh, that's not gonna be good. That is not gonna be good. And they roll 7. So I could switch out my 3 for the 5. I might as well do that, right? That makes sense. So, okay, so I roll a 3 plus 9 is 12. They roll a 7 plus 6 is 13. So they don't even... They almost don't win, but they do win. But if I use Trickster to swap out my 3 with their 5, because I rolled a 5 and a 2, I win. So I'm going to do that. So I don't have Trickster anymore. I don't have Pound or Corruption. All of this is already working. I just have 2 charms and a bunch of healing. I mean, and a Gourd of Speed, I guess, but I'm not going to use that here, I don't think. I think that's the way to go. So I win. I just got to do it as much damage so that the combat is over quickly. Oh wait, my speed is -1. So it was 5 plus 8 is 13, and they had 5 plus 6. So I still win. Okay, good. So I roll damage. I roll a 5 plus 7 is 12. Minus 6 is 6. Sure. So they go to 22, and then at the end of the round they go to 20. It's pretty decent. And I get to again only use 1 speed roll. This is gonna be tricky and annoying also. Alright, next round I roll a 1. I'm gonna use Charm. Well, I don't know if I should use Charm. I'm probably gonna lose this anyway, right? Fuck it. I'll just lose this one, see what happens. They only roll a 3? Oh, 1 plus 9 is 10, 3 plus 6 is 9. I still win even though I rolled a 1. That's kind of amazing. That is an interesting name. And it's also in dark blue, so I can't read it very well. Blue has no clue? Blue has no clue? Blue has no clue. How are you doing? Hi, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the very strange stream that I sometimes do on Mondays, where I read this book and play its game. We're fighting a giant ooze, and I'm winning. Alright, so now I roll for damage. Ooh, max damage. 6 plus 7 is 13, minus 6 is 7, obviously. That's how math works. So, goes to 23, and then at the end of the round goes to 21 because of thorns and bleed. And then I keep getting only... I keep only being allowed to roll 1 die for speed, which sucks, but I mean, I'm winning, so I guess it doesn't suck that much. Alright, I rolled a 2. They rolled a 6. Right, 6 plus 6 is 12, 2 plus 9 is 11. Holy shit. I lose this combat round, but I almost win it, even though I did so bad. So, I don't know. Stat-wise, I'm just much better than this fool. But they roll damage. They have a brawn of 4 because I corrupted them. So they roll 2 plus 4 is 6. I have no armor, so I go to 29. And they go to 19 because of bleed and thorns. Oh, I love her too. I really hope you're both doing amazing. How was stream yesterday? I gotta say, I'm very happy you voted for Plague Tale. I knew so little about that game. I knew it was about a girl and a kid, and I knew there were rats involved, and that was it. I thought it was maybe like 19th century England, somehow. The fact that it's Middle Ages France is awesome. It's so much fun. It's a really cool game. The rats are creepy as hell, though. I'm not happy about that, but I appreciate your vote. Trying not to sound like a politician there. Your vote counts. How far did I get? I did the first 4 chapters, so I'm at the beginning of chapter 5. I didn't stream that long. I was kind of tired, and I was still doing Between Two Beards in the evening. So, not that far. I'm currently just after meeting the doctor, whose name I've forgotten, like the alchemist. So we just got like fire bombs and stuff. It's sweet though. It's really good. Okay, where are we at? End of the round, right? Yeah, and they won. So I get to use 2 speed die. Woo! I rolled a 9. They rolled a 3. So, wait, they didn't roll a 3, they rolled a 3 and a 5 is an 8, I still win. And then on damage, I rolled another 5, that is great. Math. 5 plus 7, 12, minus 6 is 6, okay, sure. Go to 13, end of the turn, go to 11. Works for me. I only get to use 1 die. I rolled another 5. I have to beat a 6, which I do. 6 plus 6 is 12, 5 plus 9 is 14. I roll damage. 4 plus 7 is 11, minus 6 is 5. They go to 6, they go to 4 at the end of the round. Okay, this ooze, I'm making this ooze my butt. Or another B word, if you prefer. I only get to roll 1 die. 5. They get to roll 2 dice. Also 5. They suck. I'm rolling a lot of 5s because that was another 5. I'm using a Dungeons and Dragons dice roller app, like just a web app or a website, I guess, and it's just rolling me some 5s. I don't know what to tell you. So 5 damage plus 7 is again 12, so 6, so they're dead. Alright, well, I can live with that. Death. I got hit once. I'm amazing! Well, RNGesus was kind to me today. If you defeat your sticky foe, gross, turn to 494. Let us do that. $4.94. As you deliver your final blow, the ooze collapses. Its gloop. I like gloop. Gloop is a good word also. Its gloop cascading down around you to form lots of separate puddles. Floating in these puddles are various items of equipment. You may now take any or all of the following. A great helm, which, ooh, yes please, speed and brawn. So I go up a brawn. Yas. Great. Great helm. 1 speed. Hello. Yes. 1. Brr. Meaning I go to 8 brawn. Sludge waders. +1 speed, +1 armor. Instead of goblin kickers. So I would trade in a brawn for an armor. I don't know. I don't see the point of that, honestly. Like, I'm obviously not really in need of any armor because I win any speed rolls. And an ardent edge. 1 speed, 2 brawn instead of 2 speed, 1 brawn, and we lose bleed for parry. What does parry do? Use this ability to stop your opponent rolling for damage after they have won a round. It can only be used once. Nah. Okay. Nope. We only use the Great Helm. The rest is not good enough. I need my speed up. Barry. Hey, Arnie. How you doing? Isn't it super early for you? Like 7:30 in the morning? Nah. Alright, well, seems early to me. 8:30. Oh. That's not that bad. Right, you're East Coast. I keep forgetting that. Whenever I think Canada, I think like Vancouver and BC and stuff. I don't know why. Well, I hope you're doing alright. I hope you're having fun. I just defeated a giant ooze. With your enemy defeated, you now have more time to examine the cavern. If you have Lorenwold's field guide to roots, herbs, and leaves, then you may pick 2 root grass. Unfortunately, I don't. That's the second time they've asked me, and I don't have that book, and I'm now upset that I missed 4:30. Damn. Habit? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's not that weird. I used to do it. I used to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock when I still had to go into the office. Working from home has not been good for my my early starts. You also notice a high ledge leading around the edge of the cavern. To reach it, you will need to try and climb up the rotted roots hanging down from the ceiling. So chat, what should we do? Should we try and reach the ledge or take the north or east tunnel? You have an amount of seconds to tell me what you want me to do. Go for it. Yes, let's go for the ledge. We're no cowards. 3:18, eh? Oh no, we have to do a challenge. Oh, I gotta read up on how challenges work. I've forgotten that. I don't do this enough, or like often enough to remember how rules work. As you start to climb, several of the roots that you are holding onto. Okay, let me try that again. That was a horrible intonation. As you start to climb, several of the roots that you are holding onto begin to split. You will need to take a speed challenge in order to avoid falling. If I fail this speed challenge, I will be very sad. I actually think I can't fail it, because I can't roll less than a 1. Hey Joe, happy Monday. Right, so challenges work. The way the challenges work is... occasionally during your travels, you will be asked to take a challenge by testing one of your attributes. Each challenge is given a number. To take the challenge, simply roll 2 dice and add your hero's attribute score to the result. Ow. I literally can't get less than 11. And it has to be more, right? Yeah, if the total is the same or higher. Okay, so I can't fail, but let's roll 2 dice for the heck of it. 10 plus 9 is 19. Okay, I don't even need my my speed. So we succeed. If you succeed, turn to 503. Let's do it. You expertly swing yourself to the side, grabbing hold of stronger roots as the previous ones crumble to rotted dust. With a final burst of speed, you clamber up the tangle of roots and pull yourself up onto the ledge. The first thing that hits you is the stench, a sickly aroma of death and decay. All along the ledge, the dirt is littered with bones. In alarm, you notice that several look distinctly human. As you proceed along the ledge, weaving between the thick, gnarly roots, you spy a cave opening. Outside, there are more gnawed bones and the rotting carcasses of several animals. So this seems like a bad idea. You live once. In this book, technically not, because if you die, you just get to continue and start over. Well, not start over, but like, if you die in a fight, you just get to do the fight over again, so it's not that bad. I haven't died in a while, but it has happened. Since I started focusing on speed, monsters generally don't attack me, so... Okay, so this is some sort of lair, some sort of monster lair, so fuck it. We're not backing down now, so we are going to enter the cave. Oh good, combat. I can already see there will be combat. You have barely set foot in the cave before you hear something moving towards you from the fetid darkness. It is impossibly large, its chitinous sides scraping along the walls. As it nears, you catch a glimpse of spider-like legs and a head of squirming, translucent tentacles. Tentacles! I feel like Rad has an emote for that. Quickly, you back out of the cave, the stench and the size of the creature overwhelming your senses. But there is no escape. The mutated insect follows you out onto the ledge, its massive, bloated body squeezing out of the hole. Every inch of its skin is covered in thick black plates, each one giving off a green, smoky hue. As it raises its tentacled head, the insect opens its mucus-filled mouth and gives a knee-trembling wail, soaking you in spit and the half-digested remains of its last meal. You have no choice but to fight this deadly adversary. Gross! Wormwood, eh? Wormwood has a speed of 7, a brawn of 7, 4 armor and 50 health. It has a special ability, Soft Spot. If you win a round of combat, you must immediately roll 1 die. If you get a 1 or 2 result, then your blow glances off the creature's armored exoskeleton and you cannot roll for damage. What? What? Bastards. Oh. If you defeat Wormwood, turn to 517. If you defeat Wormwood in 5 combat rounds or less, then return to 533. That means I have to do an average of 10 damage each combat round. I doubt that that's going to happen. It's better than a trouser snake. That is fair. That is definitely... Well, it depends on your perspective, I guess. Maybe you're really into trouser snakes. Okay, so first cut means they start at 49. I have a bunch of things I can do. Like, I don't think I have any issue winning the speed rolls, but 5 combat rounds is tricky. I don't know that that's going to happen. Alright, I rolled an 8. They rolled a 4, so I win combat. So now I have to roll 1 die. And if you get a 1 or a 2, then your blow glances off. That sucks. Okay. Okay, I got a 6, so I get to roll for damage. We're going to use pound, which adds 3 damage to my roll. I rolled a 1. That sucks. So I rolled a 4, which is better. 4 plus 8 is 12, so I do 12 damage. They have armor, though. So I get to do 8. 8 in total, so they go to 41. I gotta remember all the stuff I do. Right, so corruption, their brawn goes to 5. So that's good for the rest of the turn. And for the rest of the combat, every round they lose 2 health. So at the end of the round, they go to 39. So far, so good. However, because I used pound, my speed is 8 for the next round, which is a little sad. Dip, 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 dip. All right, cool. All right, well, I rolled a 10, so I don't think I can lose. No, I might be. If they roll a 12, I lose. Motherfuck! Why did I say? Why did I say anything? Actually, so I can use Trickster to switch their 6 for my 4. They rolled 6-6. I rolled 4-6. So if I use Trickster, I win. So I'm gonna do that. Obviously, I can only use that once, but it's. I mean, why not? I'm still trying to win in 5 combat rounds. Another 1! God, this is not how I'm winning. I'm not winning with rolling 1s for damage. That sucks. 1 plus 8 is 9, minus 4 is 5. So they go to 34 and then to 32. So I'm behind on schedule, as it were. That's combat round 2. 2. All right, speed roll. Fuck, I didn't roll the die for. I didn't roll the die for soft spot. I forgot. I guess we could do that now and turn it back. Sure. No. Shit. Okay, so last turn's combat didn't go through, so they get 5 more. They go to 37. Okay, I forgot about soft spot. That sucks. Anyway, I roll a 7 for my speed, and they roll an 8, but my speed is higher, so I still win. So I roll this 1 die for soft spot. I roll a 3, so I get to do stuff. That's nice. Thank you so much. I roll a 4, so I deal 8 damage. But yeah, I'm very behind. This is turn 3. Okay. I don't think we're getting this special achievement, but that's fine. So they go to 39 and then to 29 and 27 at the end of the turn. Yes. Speed. I roll a 6. And they roll an 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 6 plus 9 is 15. So nothing happens. Round 4, nothing happens. But at the end of the round, they still get 2 damage. So they go to 25. Okay, so I have to do 25 damage this turn to get the special achievement. That's not happening. That can't happen. I don't think there's any way that can happen. My max damage is 6 plus 8. So 10, because they have armor. It's not happening. I rolled an 11, that's a good start. They roll a 7, so I win combat. I rolled a 2, so I don't get to do damage. So they go to 23 at the end of the turn. I roll a 6, they roll a 6 also. I have more speed, so I win. I roll a 3, so I get to do damage. I roll a 3 for damage, so that's 11 minus 4 is 7 damage. Call from your boss. Thank you for the good luck, and good luck with work. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, so 16, so 14? Yes. Alright. I roll a 9, they roll a 7, I win combat, I get to do damage. I do 4 damage, so I do 8. 4 plus 8 minus 4 is 8. So they go to 6 and then to 4 at the end of the turn. See, who needs armor if you're never getting hit? Right? Right. I roll a 5, they roll a 5, so I win. I get to do damage, and I do 1 damage. Plus 8. Minus 4 is 5. They're dead. Whoop whoop. If you defeat Wormwood, turn to 517. Let's fucking do it. The creature gives a wet, gurgling cry as its bloated body crashes to the ground. Its legs kick and squirm for several seconds, then, with a final trembling shudder, they curl up and lie still. Congratulations! You have defeated Wormwood. You may now help yourself to one of the following rewards. A shield, eh? Oh, I can't use the shield because I'm not a warrior. That's easy then. I can switch Skullbreaker for Black Fang in my main hand. I think that's a good idea. Right? Because I lose 1 brawn, but I gain a speed and the parry ability. So we're definitely doing that. Black Fang. Is a sword. +2, +1 sp, and ability parry. And ability parry is a... What kind of ability is that? I think it's a combat ability specifically. Parry, combat ability. Yes, so we can use it to make them stop rolling for damage once. It's not that useful because again they don't win combat very often, but it doesn't hurt. Alright, so my speed goes to 10. I'm a speed freak, and my brawn goes to 7, but that's okay, that's still pretty high. And a Yerm crest? Is that a typo? Let's see if it's in the actual book also. Because there's no capital letter. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a worm crest, which is what I will be calling it, because that makes sense. Right? Yes, in the actual book, I don't know if you can, the actual book, it says, zoom in, it says Worm Crest. Worm Crest. That's a head for magic and armor. I don't care, so I don't want that. Alright, so we're taking Black Fang. Good name for a sword, let's be honest. It's a very good name for a sword. You contemplate searching the creature's cave, but the smell is so overpowering that you are forced back out onto the ledge. Keen to get away from the foul reek of decay, you clamber back down the trailing roots to the cavern below. Alright, we went there for some combat and a sword. That's fine. North or east, north or east. Alright, east. It doesn't really matter to me, personally. So let's go east. You make your way down the tunnel that the giant ooze appeared from. Right, we fought a giant ooze, and we are following this ooze down the tunnel. Or, we're tracking? No, we're... What's the word for you already killed it, but then you're going to where they came from? I don't know. That's what we're doing to the ooze. You make your way down the tunnel that the giant ooze appeared from. After several minutes, the tunnel ends on a ledge, overlooking a deep pit. At the other side of the pit, the wall is honeycombed with natural-looking holes and undulations. Also, very good word. I love the word undulations. The air hums with a relentless buzzing sound. Scanning the ceiling, you see several tunnels leading out into daylight. A number of giant-sized bees are using these to fly into and out of the cave. You realize that the wall opposite must be a hive. If you wish, you could try jumping across the pit to reach the hive. Turn to 536, otherwise you can head back to the cave and take the other tunnel north. I don't really see the point of messing with these bees. Except loot, but also it's kind of a time waster. I think I'm gonna say no to the hive. Is that weird? That's probably weird, right? We should go into the hive. Ooh, pit jump. This will be a difficult jump. To make it across the pit, you will need to pass a speed challenge. It's not that difficult, let's be honest. My minimum speed challenge number would be 12, so I think I can make this. I did. I rolled an 18. Wonderful. Well, I rolled an 8 plus 10 is 18. If you succeed... if you fail, you fall into the pit. I kind of want to fall into the pit just because I want to know what happens, but let's not. If you succeed, turn to 365. You would leave it? Well, alright then. You know what? That's a perfectly decent option. To be like, if I was really there, I would probably also leave it because it has nothing. The bees have nothing to do with what I'm trying to do there. However, it's a game. I can do whatever I want, so I'm definitely fighting bees. You take a long run up, sprinting towards the edge of the ledge. Edge of the ledge. Alright. At the last possible second, you launch yourself into the air, kicking your legs to power yourself across the yawning chasm. It is a miracle, but you make it to the other side, grabbing hold of the hive wall to stop your fall. After taking a moment to catch your breath, you begin to explore the strange hive. You discover that the honeycombed holes are actually narrow tunnels that lead deeper into the structure. You duck down into the nearest tunnel and begin crawling into the clammy darkness. After several minutes, you find yourself entering a large chamber, lined on all sides with glowing green eggs. Oh, it might actually be related though. Oh, you hate bees? Ah, okay, well that's not great then. They might be wasps. No, they're bees. Okay. But the green eggs are a little tricky because that means that they may be also corrupted and then it is related to the tree. So it is quest related, I guess. So who knows? After several minutes, you find yourself entering a large chamber lined on all sides with glowing green eggs. At the center of the chamber is a gigantic bee with immense diaphanous wings that glitter with magic. Alright, so Arnie's out. You guess that this is the queen, and she isn't happy that you have invaded her hive. The queen beats her wings, and immediately, as if in answer to her unspoken command, a swarm of drones sweep towards you from out of one of the tunnels. You must fight this deadly swarm as a single enemy. Alright, so the drones have 7 speed, 3 brawn, 4 armor, so they don't hit very hard. But they have stingers. The bee's stingers can punch through anything. Your armor is useless in this fight. Ha! Suck it, bees. Joke's on you, I don't have any armor. I don't know why I'm happy about that, but in this case it is actually kind of useful. Suck it, bees. That's why their brawn is so low, because they expect you to have some armor, I guess. Alright. First cut, so I immediately... Let's just assume there's 40 bees that have 1 health. So I'm cutting one down... I'm cutting down 1 bee already straight away. Alright. Speed roll. I rolled a 6. Oh, they rolled a 10. Oh. 6 plus 10 is 16. 7 plus 10 is 17. I lose? I lose? How dare you? I mean, I lose. Alright, fine. They get, Ooh, or do I use Trickster? Like, right away? Sure. Fuck it. Let's use Trickster to switch their 5 for my 1. And I use... I win the speed roll. By cheating, I guess. Yes, there's only one beard here, and it's me. Hey, Sans. How are you doing today? Which means I roll for damage. Fuck it. Just use pound also. Who cares? So I roll 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 7 is 14, minus 4 is 10 damage. They go to 29, and then to 27 because of thorns and bleed, and their brawn goes to 1 because of corruption. Alright, I'm not losing this, so let's get it over with. I rolled a 7, they rolled a 7, which means I win because my speed is higher. I roll 3 damage, plus 7 is 10, minus 4 is 6. So they go to 21 and then to 19. I roll a 4, they roll a 5. My speed is still higher than that, so I win. I roll 4 plus 7. Actually, my speed is technically 1 lower, but I still win. Because of pound, it doesn't matter. 4 plus 7 is 11, minus 4 is 7, because that is how math works. So they go to 12 and then to 10 at the end of the round. Work has been going at a decent pace until now, when it seems to slow down a lot. I mean, some quiet time is not that bad, right? Combat round number, the next one. I'm fucking up these bees left and right. I rolled an 11. They rolled a 4. I hit them for 2. Plus 7 is 9, minus 4 is 5. They go to 5 and then to 3. I roll a 6. They roll a 6. My speed is higher, so I win. I roll 1 damage. Plus 7 is 8, minus 4 is 4. They're dead. They're dead. Okay. Quick little combat. I'm pretty sure the whole my armor is useless should have been more of a problem, but since I have no armor, I'm doing alright. My ankle is healing up pretty nicely. Like, I took the dogs out for a walk and it doesn't hurt, so that's good. It hurts when I move my ankle specifically, but it'll be fine tomorrow probably. And yeah, no, I'm doing alright. I'm sorry you hit your head though. Hopefully not too hard. Right. Well, they're dead. If you manage to defeat the drones, turn to 358. You barely have a moment to recover before the giant queen is upon you, the thunderous beat of her immense wings whipping up a tornado. Hive Queen! Alright, well, shit. Whoops. Here. She has 35 health, so first cut makes it 34. She has 6 speed, so she's a slowpoke. She has 6 magic, which is alright. 4 armor. Ah. Okay, she has 2 special abilities. Wing Buffet. You must, or wing, wait, not, it's not Wing Buffet, it's not food. Wing Buffet. You must reduce your speed by 1 for the duration of this combat. It's fine, it's still fine. And Venom Sting. Once you have taken health damage from the queen at the end of every combat round, you must automatically lose 2 health. Rude! Let's just not get hit then. Alright. So, we start out with first cut, and then we start out with the speed round. I rolled an 11, they roll a 5, so they're horrible. I damage them for, let's see, 4 plus pound is 7, plus 7 is 14, minus 4 is 10. So they go to 24. Hello, 24, yes. And then corruption hits, so their magic goes to 4 instead of 6. And they take 2 at the end of each round. So they're at 22. Boop. I rolled a 10. My speed is 8 for this round because it's lowered because of pound. So 18. They rolled a 5 plus 6 is not enough. I roll 2 damage. Plus 7 is 9. Minus 4 is 5. So they go to 17 and then to 15 at the end of the round. What dips are available? I'm pretty sure, because we're in a beehive, I'm pretty sure the dips are all made of honey. That would make sense, right? Some bee wings in a honey dip. Sounds very tasty. Where am I at? Right, new round. Sweet. Roll. I rolled a 10. They rolled an 11. My speed is 9 versus their 6, so I still very much win. I rolled max damage. 6 plus 7 is 13. Minus 4 is 9. So they go to 6 and then to 4. Alright, one more. I'm just too quick, baby. I rolled a 5. They rolled a 6. My speed is much higher, so I still win. I roll 5 damage, which is more than enough. 5 plus 7 is 12. Minus 4 is 8. They're dead. See, who needs armor if you never get hit? It's not chicken wings, it's bee wings. It's not that tasty. Alright, if you defeat the Hive Queen, turn to 314. The Hive Queen and her bodyguards lie in curled heaps around you. I just basically invaded their home and killed them. I mean, sure, it was technically self-defense, but also kind of rude. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. Hive Queen and her bodyguards lie in curled heaps around you. However, there is little time to celebrate your victory as you can hear the frenzied hum of angry bees approaching. You make a quick search of the Queen's lair and discover the following items which you may take. What do we want? An amber-coated collar, a necklace that gives us armor and heal instead of speed and charm. No, thank you. Beeswax for my backpack. This might come in useful one day. Yes. Oh, damn it. I would have to get rid of something. I have to put it in my backpack? That sucks. But I have to, right? Okay, fuck the Gourd of Speed. I guess I don't need it. Whoops. Violent attack and self-defense, yes. Useful someday. One day. Alright. Beeswax. None of yo beeswax, but some of my beeswax, I guess. And a cloak of diaphanous wings. Speed and magic instead of speed and armor. Wait, how do I have armor? Do I have 1 armor? Did I fuck that up? Did I fuck up the math on this? Ah, I might have fucked up the math on this. That's dumb. I don't know what my base stuff is to figure out. I guess 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. Interesting. I think I have a different cape though. Right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's correct. I think I just have 1 armor. Yeah. Alright, fine, I have 1 armor. I done goofed. Do you ever use magic? No. No, the way it works is you use, out of brawn or magic, you use the one that's higher. And my magic has never been higher than my brawn. If I had picked as my path at the beginning of Act 2, if I picked like wizard instead of rogue, I might have started using more magic, but I'm a rogue, so I focus on speed and a little bit of brawn. Like a warrior focuses on brawn and armor, and a magician, I think, on speed and magic, or maybe magic armor. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, I fixed it. It's fine. That does mean I'm not taking the wings because I don't care about magic. You squeeze into one of the tunnels and crawl back out of the hive, thankfully avoiding any encounters. As you cling onto the side of the wall, you realize that you will have to make the jump again to cross the pit. This will be a much harder challenge as you don't have the benefit of a run-up beforehand. Alright, so I roll 2 dice and add speed to the result. 7 plus 10 is 17. I make the jump. Then you are able to return to the main cave and take the other tunnel north. If you fail, then follow 528. We didn't fall again. That's great. 472. The tunnel... Wait. Yes, okay. We take the tunnel north. The tunnel spirals upwards, eventually widening out into a wedge-shaped cave. Long, spindly roots hang down from the ceiling, forming a dense curtain that stretches the full length of the cavern. As you push your way through the roots, you hear a cry and the scrape of metal as a weapon is drawn. Quickly, you hurry towards the noise, pulling back the roots to reveal a woman, dressed in dirt-stained robes. She has her back to the cave wall, defending herself from the snapping jaws of a giant purple worm. Clutching in her hands is a rusty-looking short sword, which she clearly doesn't know how to use as she proceeds to make ineffectual stabs at the beast. Without a moment's hesitation, you race to the woman's defense, your first attack drawing the beast's attention. Alright, let's kill this boring worm. Ah. Ha, that's cute. So it has a speed of 5, a brawn of 5, an armor of 5, and 40 health. So 39 for me. But for every 10 health that the worm loses, its severed body splits into another worm, increasing its speed and brawn by 1. Well, that's cool. In like a cute way, I guess. Alright. So first cut's done. Let's do some corruption and pounding if I win this. Which, if I don't, I'd be very surprised. I rolled a 7. They rolled a 10. Ooh. But 10 plus 5 is 15. 10 plus 7 is 17, so I still win. Yeah, I'm not losing this fight, I don't think. Which means I roll for damage. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 7 is 12, minus 5 is 7. So they go to 32, and then to 30. Because of Thorns and Bleed. 5 of 5, number of the beast's younger little shit brother. Very good. Okay, so that's Thorns, Bleed, first cut, and pound out of the way. Corruption means that their brawn goes to 3, but they split up, so their speed goes to 6 and their brawn goes to 4. Okay, we'll just have to remember that. I take a speed debuff on the next round, but that's not that bad. Alright. I roll for speed. 9 plus 9 is 18. They roll for speed. 7 plus 6 is not enough. I damage them for 1. That's a little embarrassing, but okay. Sure, 1 plus 7 is 8, minus 5 is 3. So they go to 27, 25 after the end of the round. 2. I roll an 11, they roll a 5. I do 3 damage, 7, 10, 5. So they go to 20, and then at the end of the round, they go to 18, which means that their speed goes up to 7, and their brawn goes up to 5. Yes, political corruption. That's exactly what that means. I roll 4. They roll a 9. So 9 plus 7 is 16. 4 plus 10 is 14. So I lose. Except for the fact that I can use Trickster to switch their 5 with my 1. And then I totally win. So speaking of corruption, I have an ability that cheats. Sort of. I deal 10, 5 damage again, so they go to 13 and then 11. I roll a 3 for speed, and they roll a 4, which means I win. Because their speed is 7 minus 10, so yeah, I'm good. And I roll 6 plus 7 is 13 minus 5 is 8 damage. So they go to 3 and then they go to 1. Ah! They're almost dead. But their speed goes to 8. And their brawn goes to 6. So who knows? They might actually damage me at some point. I rolled a 6. They rolled a 3. Okay, yeah, it's not happening. I roll damage and it's enough. Trust me. There's no way I can't kill it. Alright. If you defeat the purple worm, turn to 508. 508. You chop up the purple worm until there is nothing remaining but a heap of sliced worm meat. Gross. The woman lowers her short sword, still trembling from her ordeal. Thank you, she says, sheathing her blade. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I'm Shay Blackwell, a researcher from the Botany Society. She walks over and retrieves her pack, which you notice has several glass bottles and vials attached to it. Shay takes a small knife from her belt and cuts a chunk out of the nearest tree root. She turns it around thoughtfully in her hands. I really don't understand it. These are elder roots, and as such, they should be positively full of magic. Look, it isn't healing at all. She puts her finger in the fresh cut that she made. Something has just simply sucked all the life out of it. But what? Her eyes settle on the worm remains. On the worm remains. The creatures here seem changed. My tutor, Totsvik Helen, alright, who's Swedish, I guess? Cool. Thinks it is the Sky Rock. It dropped down in the forest just over a month ago. Since then, very peculiar things have been happening. The wildlife has been mutating, becoming much more aggressive. Right? Totsvik sounds kind of like Toxvik, which is, I think, is either Swedish or Norwegian name. Which I know that's kind of insulting to think that those are similar, but doesn't it sound a little Scandinavian? She deposits the root sample into one of her bottles, then straps on her pack. When your eyes finally meet again, the woman gives you an awkward smile. I don't suppose, well, now that you're here, you wouldn't mind... You wouldn't? You would. Pick one. I don't suppose, well, now that you're here, you would mind accompanying me deeper into the caves. As you can see, I am no fighter. I could use your protection. Let's accept the offer. And we're not gonna demand a fee because we're not an asshole. 353. Like, we have the same goal here, right? So I don't really need to... Yeah, Toxfig. That's a name. It's not a first name, I don't think. It's a last name, but still. Sorry. You lead the way down the tunnel, with Shay following behind. You make slow progress as the narrow passage is choked with thick roots. They break out of the walls and ceiling, filling the tunnel in crisscrossing patterns. Shay stops several times to take samples. These roots seem healthier, she comments, holding up her latest sample in its glass bottle. Interesting. As you struggle onwards, weaving between the roots, you finally emerge in a huge bowl-shaped cavern. A narrow ledge leads around the dip to another tunnel opening, covered in more snaking tree roots. However, your attention is drawn instantly to the bottom of the crater-shaped hole, where a series of stone ruins are protruding from out of the soil. Dwarf ruins, gasps Shay, her hand going to her mouth. I never thought we would stumble on those down here. How utterly fascinating. Investigate the ruins or leave via the tunnels. That's who I'm thinking of. Alright, so Scandinavian, but not Swedish or Norwegian. Danish. Fair enough. Yeah, we're no cowards, so we're investigating the ruins. You take Shay's hand and help her down into the bowl-shaped depression. Look, this is Dark Age architecture, she gasps, hurrying over to the nearest ruined pillar. Along its length are a number of strange runes and symbols. This must date back to the culling. Yes, these markings here, I think they are Illuminati. Illumanti? Alright, they are Illumanti. She shakes her head sadly. How a people could destroy such beauty. I mean, yeah, sure. Tell us more. Give us a little history lesson. However, before that, I am taking a very short break because I am out of water and I need, I don't know, throat lubricant, I guess. All this reading is making me thirsty. So, I'll be back in like a minute. Don't go anywhere. Boop. Alright, I am back. Are we all ready for a history lesson? I know it's not the most interesting thing, but there we go. The dwarves were the firstborn, the oldest race on Dormus, says Shay, tracing her fingers along the edge of a carved statue. It depicts a squat, bearded humanoid dressed in rune-covered robes. They were scholars, experts in science and arithmetic. It allowed them to build great underground cities, sculpturing breathtaking architecture out of the minerals and stones that they mined. She gives a heavy sigh. But there were those amongst the dwarves who were not content with such feats of intellect and beauty. They were warriors, expansionists, who saw the stones and metals of their land as merely tools to make war with the other races. They wanted to conquer the world, to live in cities above the earth, where their strength and power would be seen and admired by all. Shay walks over to the crumbling remains of a temple. Along one wall is a mural showing dwarf fighting dwarf. There was a war. On one side was the Illuminati, those who were sworn to uphold the original ideals of their society, truth, justice, and enlightenment. And then there were the Dowers, the warlike dwarves who had given in to their bloodlust. As you can imagine, the Dowers were unstoppable. After all, they were warriors, masters of their craft. Some say they had been tainted, warped by a demonic magics that they sought to master. The few Illuminati who survived the culling fled to the surface, leaving their underground cities to be pillaged and destroyed by the Dowers. You say water in the most British parody way I've ever heard. Not even Bear says water that British. What am I supposed... It's... What do you want? I can only say it in two different ways. I can say water, or I can say water. I'm not that American. I mean, in fact, I'm not American at all. So, suck it. Dwarfs. Dwarfs. Dwarves. Ah. I didn't know that, Sans. That's cool. You look around at the half-buried ruins. This must have been part of one of the dwarf cities, which was destroyed long ago in this great war. Few now remain, says Shay, kicking at the loose dirt and rock. It is a sad end for such a great people. Explore the ruins further, leave, and take the tunnel north. Now, again, book. Why don't you get this? We're not cowards. We are exploring the ruins further. At the center of one of the ruined temples, you discover a large, flat-topped stone. A number of intricate symbols have been carved into its surface. If you have the Compendium of Dwarven Lore, then turn to 456. We do not. I never have any interesting books. Otherwise, you cannot understand the complex markings. Finding little else of interest, you rejoin Shay and together you head out of the cavern, taking the tunnel north. Damn it! If only I had a book. That sucks. Oh well. 393. The tunnel ends abruptly in a large, rough-hewn chamber. Knotted roots hang down from the ceiling, glowing with a bright yellow light. Beneath them, chewing at the ends of the roots, is the largest beetle you have ever seen. The moment you enter the cave, the insect stops feeding and turns to face you. Between a pair of stag-like antlers, its enormous mandibles click back and forth, dripping with glowing tree sap. "That's it," gasps Shay in horror. "That is what has been feeding on all the trees. It has been absorbing their magic, growing bigger and stronger, while the trees wither away." You realize that the roots hanging above you must belong to Woad, the only tree left standing in the withered glade. To save Woad, you will have to defeat this monstrous bug. The creature's wing cases snap open, revealing pale, translucent wings. As they hum into life, the giant beetle flies towards you, its razor-sharp antlers looking to run you through. You push Shay to safety, and then prepare to take on this mighty mutated insect. It's a Gorm? It is a Gorm. Kerklick. I like the name of the thing. It's a Is it a Kerklick, or is it named Kerklick? Interesting. Alright, it has a speed of 7. A brawn of 5, an armor of 7, that's going to be the annoying part, and a health of... 40. Ow. Kerklick? The Kerklick. Okay, so basically my brawn doesn't do anything, so I can only damage it with what I roll, which is fine. It does pincer movement. If you roll a 1 when rolling for your hero's attack speed, you are immediately caught in Kerklick's pincers and must lose 2 health. This ability ignores armor. If you have an ability that lets you reroll dice, then you may use it to try and avoid this. For the speed, man, lame. Unnatural growth. At the end of every combat round, Kerklick raises its brawn by 1. Holy shit! Alright. Well, I am going to kill it, because that is what I do. It has a health of 40, so 39. I will roll a 9. It's a 5 and a 4, so no 1s. I'll keep track of that. They roll a 7, so I win combat. I will pound on them. So I roll a 1 plus 3, so I do 4 damage, because 7 and 7 cancels each other out. So 4 damage goes to 35, and then to 33 because of Thorns and Bleed. And I use Corruption, meaning their Brawn is lowered to 3, and then back up to 4 because of unnatural growth. So yeah, it's 4 right now. Next turn it'll be 5, etc., etc. All right. Sure. I will roll again. My speed is 9 for this round, but I roll an 11, so that's pretty decent. They rolled a 12, but their speed is only 7, so I still win. And I roll for 4 damage. Yes, so 29. And then 27. Their brawn goes to 5. Did I roll a 1 for my speed? I did not. Okay, I need to keep track of that. I still didn't, because I rolled a 3 and a 5 is an 8. 8. And they rolled a 6, so I win. I roll 1 damage. That sucks. Their brawn is at 6 now. I could just say their brawn is at 10, because, like, nah, let's keep track of it. Their brawn is at 6 at the end of this round. So I do 1 damage, and then 2 at the end of the round, meaning 27 minus 3 is 24. I rolled a 5. They rolled a 10. Ah, they win. Except I have Trickster, so I can switch my 2 for their 5. So I roll a 8 and they roll a 7. So I still win. Haha. I can only use that once, but so far I've only ever had to use it once. I roll 6 damage, which is great. So that's 18 and then 16. Their brawn goes to 7. I roll a 9. They roll a 7. I win. I haven't rolled a 1 yet on my speed roll, which is great. I rolled another 6. So they go to 10 and then 8. And their brawn goes to 8, I guess. They haven't had to use it, so it's not that interesting. Rolled an 11. They rolled a 7. I hit them for... Whoops, that's not correct. Oi. I hit them for 3. Plus 2 is 5, so they go to 3. Their brawn goes to 9. I rolled an 11. They roll a 6. I roll 2 damage, plus 2 is 4. Alright, so they're dead. Is combat too easy? I think it is, which makes it even more boring than it was already. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If you manage to splat this oversized bug, turn to 368. I've noticed, Sans, your brain is definitely good at lore. I like that. I feel that's a good skill to have. You slice open the beetle's stomach, backing away as its gooey entrails pour out of the wound. Hobbling on its spindly legs, the beetle attempts to reach the glowing tree roots, seeking to draw more of the magic into its shattered body. "Stop it," shouts Shay. "If it feeds, it will heal." You have no intention of letting that happen. Springing onto the beast's back, you look for a soft spot between the creature's armored wing cases. Then you drive your weapon deep into its fleshy skin. The beetle jerks backwards onto its hind legs, and then, with a deafening screech, it collapses to the ground, sending a shockwave of dust and soil billowing out across the chamber. The beetle has finally been defeated. You may now help yourself to one of the following rewards. What do we want? What do we want? What's retaliation? Because that's the only difference, right? Retaliation or parry. So, because we would switch Bone Scythe for Black Fang. Yeah. Is retaliation better than parry? We haven't used parry yet. Retaliation. When your opponent's damage dice causes health damage, you can immediately retaliate by inflicting 1 damage dice back to them, ignoring armor. You can only use retaliation once per combat. No, I'll keep parry. It's easier to stay alive. I have very little armor, so I should probably have some skill in not dying. I do like Trickster, but 2 armor instead of 1 magic is probably better. Yeah, let's do that. So, we will switch out the Hellfire robes for Chitinous Carapace. Chitinous Carapace. Carapazio. And we get a 3rd charm, I guess. Not that we're really using a lot of charm, but that's fine, I suppose. 1 speed, 2 armor, meaning I get 1 less magic, which I don't care about, and 2 more armor, which I do care about. And then this turns into more charm. Alright. And there's a talisman? Where? Talisman. Alright. Okay, so I can either... Oh, this is just a no-brainer, because this is... Sap-filled gland is the same as Spindle's Eye, except for the fact that it also gives me heal. So that's pretty good. Sap-filled gland. Ability... Heal. Check out heal. What does that do? You may instantly restore 4 health during a combat. This ability can only be used once per combat if you have multiple items, blah blah blah. Alright. That's pretty decent. Heal. Ah, whoops. Heal. Sap-filled gland. The speed is the same, so I don't have to change anything. Alright, we now look a little bit more like a bug. If you have Laurenwald's Field Guide to Roots, Herbs and Leaves, then you may also pick 4 root grass. No, I don't have any root grass. I'm so upset. Make a note of these on your hero sheet. Then return to 461. Shay is examining the tree roots, her face alight with fascination and excitement. These are elder roots. You know what that means, don't you? There must be an elder tree that is still alive. You nod, offering her a knowing smile. Yes, there is. Do you want to meet him? Her eyes widen further. What? 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 You've met a tree elder? Why, yes, yes. Together you backtrack through the network of caves and tunnels until you arrive back at the withered glade. It is a sad and sobering moment as you walk through the bleak landscape, littered with the stunted remains of the dead trees. All their magic is gone, taken by the giant beetle to feed its insatiable hunger. Woad is the only tree left standing, his mighty branches stretching high into the sky. Shay gives a giggle of delight as you both approach the last of the elders. Thank you, says the tree, his deep-set eyes now glittering with a newfound vigor. I can feel my magic again. I can feel myself healing at last. You describe to the tree what you saw in the caves. The tree listens intently. When you have finished your tale, he gives a heavy sigh, blowing out the tips of his lichen mustache. It is as I thought, he says. The rock has mutated the wildlife. It has turned them into things that nature never intended. And while the splinter remains in our side, I fear this glade will never fully recover. Shay steps forward and gives a nervous bow. Great Elder, I am Shay Blackwell of the Royal Botany Society. You have my word that I will return here with my team and we will remove that horrid thing as soon as possible. Something like that should not be allowed to wreak further havoc to this beautiful woodland. Elder looks pleased. You are most gracious, he says. Please accept my blessing as a token of my gratitude. There is the creak and rustle of branches as the tree begins to sway. Then, all of a sudden, you feel a tingling rush of magic course through your body. You have received Wode's blessing. For your next combat, you may temporarily raise your brawn or magic score by 1. That's a temporary thing? Boring. Sounds like Goma from Zelda. Well, I guess. After thanking the tree elder, you leave the withered glade to continue your journey. Return to the quest map. Yay, we finished the first quest for Act 2. Sweet. Which was 305, I guess? Right? Yes. Alright, sweet. Quest map. There you are. Okay, so that's the only green quest. Next difficulty level would be... I want to say blue, but I might be wrong. Orange, actually. The next one's orange. Ah, there's 2 of those. There's also 2 towns, but I don't want to go into town now. It's boring. I'll do that next time. So yeah, let's go to 321, I guess. The Seared Scar. Lottie fucking da. The forest gives way to a plain of black, scorched sand. A few shriveled charcoal stumps are all that remain of the once verdant wilderness. Warily, you wander alone through this brooding landscape, past crevices that gout smoke and steam into the red-tinged sky. The scar widens as you progress southwards, eventually bringing you to the lip of a vast bowl-shaped crater. Cutting across its center is a jagged rift, where the ground is violently buckled and split apart. The flickering red glow of lava and flame dance along its steep sides, presenting a stark contrast to the grey-black ash that covers the rest of this wasteland. You descend into the crater, half running and half sliding through the ash and dust. When you reach the bottom, you see that the ground is hard and smooth. The soil having been heated to such a degree that it now fragments of dark crystal. Each footstep you take forces the crystals to splinter like broken glass, the only sound to be heard in this grim, silent place. As you approach the rift, you spot a figure lying on their side in the dust. You hurry over, suspecting that they have been injured. As you near, you see that it is an elderly man, his narrow face encircled by a thick bush of wiry grey hair. He's dressed in simple leather clothing, with a skullcap resting lopsidedly on his head. "By Judah's light, a traveller!" he gasps. "Don't suppose you could spare a little healing tonic? I appear to have taken a bit of a tumble." If you have a healing potion in your backpack and wish to offer it to the man, turn to 467. If you don't have a potion or do not wish to waste it on a stranger, turn to 483. Alright, we have one, so I'll just get rid of a potion of healing. It's not great, right? But at least I have space in my backpack for other shit. Gotta go, need to leave for bus. Yes, Sans, enjoy the rest of your day, please. Good luck with bus. I'm not gonna stream for much longer anyway, so don't worry about it. All this reading makes my throat hurt a little. Alright, so we gave the thing a thing. Excuse me. So we went to 467. You offer a healing potion to the wounded stranger who takes it and gulps it down in one go. Remove one healing potion from your backpack. After wiping his mouth with the back of his hand, the man gives a noisy belch of appreciation. Why, thank you, he smiles. Hopefully that'll get to work on my injury. With a groan, he pushes himself up into a sitting position. Turn to 538. Oh. I was a fool and it's all my fault, says the man, grimacing with pain. We were taking pictures of the scar, me and my companion, Belinda. It was her balloon, you see. She's an aeronaut. Poor lass never wanted to come, but I talked her round in the end. Like the clot I am, I never admitted that the real reason was so I could spend more time with her. Ooh, he's in love. The man's cheeks redden beneath his grey beard. It was all going without a hitch, and then there was this big gout of flame. Came right up out of the scar like dragon's fire. And it hit us! Next thing I know, I'm falling, and I hear Belinda screaming. Oh, it was terrible. This voice is a horrible idea. He tries to stand, but sags back to the ground with a grunt. Belinda fell right into the scar, yes, right down into it, and our balloon went with her. He shifts around to look upon the jagged rift that cuts across the ashen wasteland. I don't suppose you would go down there and see if she's still alive. I can't do anything with this darned wound, but I'll join you as soon as I can. Okay, I'm gonna stop that fucking voice, because that's horrible. And I'm gonna ask him more questions, and I don't want to do it again. Ask what taking pictures means. Ah, new little gadget of mine, grins the explorer. Clever use of smoke and mirrors creates an image onto parchment. Here, look at these. He digs into his jerkin pocket and pulls out a handful of small square sheets of parchment. Each one has a picture on it, rendered in perfect detail. Most of the collection shows sections of the crater, but a couple show a short, stocky woman with long ginger hair and a beaming smile. That's Belinda, he says, his voice breaking. Poor little lassie. It's all my fault. He snatches the pictures from you and stuffs them back into his pocket. Don't know what I'll do if something has happened to her. Let's ask another question. Ask how the crater was made. They say it was sky rock, says the explorer. Must have hit down here with quite a force. Caused that rift to appear, and since then all kinds of things been spilling out of the earth. He leans forward, grunting as he tries to reposition himself into a more comfortable position. Fool that I am, I thought I'd take a closer look, see what was happening. He shakes his head. Wasn't expecting to get blasted out of the sky. Click on the thing. No, don't ask about rewards. We have money and we never use it, so it's like, I'm probably gonna regret that at some point, but whatever. Agree to enter the scar and find his companion. The weathered explorer appears to relax for the first time. Thank the saints of Judah, he says. My name is Hal Arbuckle. An honor to make your acquaintance. If you find that poor lassie of mine, then tell her I sent you and that I'm waiting for her. After reassuring Hal that you will do all you can, you head over to the scar's edge. Through the smoky haze, you see rivers of lava hissing and steaming at the bottom of the ravine. To your relief, you also spot a number of rocky islands and ash-covered paths that will provide a helpful route through this molten nightmare. Alright. Start of a quest. Start of a new quest, which we will continue next time. Which I think is in about 2 weeks. Jesus. Fuck. Yes, that voice especially did quite a number on my throat. So I think I'm gonna call it a day here. 560. Helping man find girl fallen into scar. Whatever that means. Alright. Pretty sure I'm here alone because Sam's left. But if there are any lurkers left still, thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you all later. I'll be back tomorrow with more Mrs. Bogle and me playing Diablo 3. So I hope to see some of you there. Yes, I can close this, I can close this, I can close all the things. Alright. Thank you so much for hanging out. That was fun, this book. I enjoy reading through it. I know it's not the most popular thing that I stream, but I enjoy doing it, so I'm gonna continue doing it. It's just, they're never really long streams, just because a lot of reading is a lot of reading, so that takes a lot out of me and my throat. So, please stay safe, please stay healthy, take care of yourself. I love you all very much. And, well, bye. How about bye? Bye!